What legacy causes are most important to you? What are most important to us? I just got off a phone call with two incredible ladies. I'm a part of a community online that's grown from 12,000 to 19,000 members, bereaved family members who've lost children and loved ones to fentanyl. Fentanyl is the number one cause of death for Americans age 18 to 45. Hopefully, you know that by now. But being the legacy man that I am, those of you that don't know me, howdy, I'm Caleb Kid Coy. I help people become epic legacy heroes who build and protect and grow a legacy. And part of the reason that I do what I do is I nearly lost my life to a meth overdose at age 17. I knew I was given a second chance to serve others. So I've always been an advocate for, anti-drug, meth awareness, things like that. Being a voice and spokesman for those less fortunate, being an advocate for justice. And if there's ever been a time in history where injustice is running rampant, where corruption is running rampant, it is in this day and age. I just believe our world, this nation, stands on a precipice unlike any other time before in history. And there's a lot of things that we can do, that we need to do, we need to be a part of. But part of the reason I got involved in estate planning, legacy consulting over a decade ago, and now in life insurance in the past few years, and helping teach people how to be their own bank, how to bank like the banks do. The why behind that, there's always a greater cause and a bigger picture. So fentanyl awareness is a huge part of what I do. We're having a very massive awareness event in Washington, D.C. coming up this month here in September, and weekend of the 17th. And that community, every day, guys, every day I see posts from people who just lost a loved one or a child to fentanyl. The majority of those being fentanyl poisonings. Why is it a poisoning and not an overdose? Because Mexican cartels, manufacturers in Mexico and China, are counterfeiting pain pills like Valiums and Percocets and whatever else. And so a lot of people who are getting poisoned by fentanyl, dying instantly. It's so potent in just minuscule amounts. They've been poisoned, meaning they are not your everyday typical addicts who are struggling. These are people, it was a one-time deal. They did not know, they were lied to. Something may have been laced. Most of the time, it's a pill that's been counterfeited. But anyway, this is a major, major, major crisis. It's an epidemic. I mean, personally, we feel it's an assault on this nation. It's been pushed under the rug for many, many years. It's been an issue for long over a decade, more like close to 2 decades. And, just recently is really starting to get some mainstream media awareness and traction. But a lot of folks do not know what a deadly crisis and issue this is. And then the other cause I'm very passionate about is human trafficking awareness. Recently connected with a local organization who works directly, one of the very, very few, works directly with the FBI to help victims of human trafficking who are coming out of that, providing them hope bags and clothing and toiletries and, a place to live and things like that. Guys, there's just so much horrific stuff going on in our world. And I don't say that, to draw attention to it or focus, because I'm all about being positive mental attitude. Yes, yes, yes. But I'm also not of the conviction that we as human beings need to be sticking our heads in the sand and telling ourselves, oh, things are just going to magically get better. Oh, things will just turn around, Caleb. They always will. Well, not necessarily. We can learn a lot from history, but we can also learn a lot from doing our own personal due diligence and research, which I have done for many, many, many years. I had a membership subscription website when I did my on blog talk radio program. It's getting late. I'm very, very tired. It's been a hectic weekend. But we discuss a lot of these controversial issues in politics, in economics, behind the scenes, international banking. But this is fentanyl awareness, human trafficking, so near and dear to my heart as a daddy, as a father of 3 kids. And part of my mission right now will be bringing fentanyl awareness to the entrepreneurial and business owner community. As an entrepreneur myself, nobody's exempt from this. Like, everyone is at risk because it's just everywhere. The amount of counterfeiting recently, August 21st, one of the DEA spokesmen came out and talked about it, got on board, Fentanyl Awareness Recognition Day. And, she was talking about the cartels and this being an assault on America. Okay. We want to talk about all these other things going on over recent years that seem to get all the mainstream attention. But this is a small, somewhat silent, but deadly, in my personal opinion, WMD, weapon of mass destruction, fentanyl, poisoning people left and right, left and right. So what I'm going to be doing is, helping our organization to raise funding, not only so that we can raise more awareness, but because of the fact that even with law enforcement that we've talked to, we are working with the DEA as well. But, law enforcement will tell you all day long, legislation has to change. The laws have to change. And so we need to get the attention of lawmakers, and it's going to take resources. It's going to take resources to get the job done, to see legislative, changes take place, as well as to help family members who are suffering, have lost loved ones, going through the agonies of probate, right? Because they didn't, have a living trust set up or an estate in place. The horrors go on and on and on, and no parent should have to bury their own child. No parent. So the grieving, the emotional trauma and scarring is so very real. And each and every day, these extraordinary human beings have to process waking up to the fact that their loved one is gone forever. They will never see them again. They will never smell them again. They will never touch them again in this temporal life, if you will, right? I know many of us believe in, life after death, eternity, heaven, things like that. But in this temporal life, all that's left is their memory and their legacy. So for me, as really a legacy ambassador and spokesman for this community, to raise awareness, to shine light on the darkness, and to help protect our future legacy is what it's all about. So